Hello, I'm Executive Chef Joseph Schutze. Welcome to our kitchen. Today I'd like to share with you my recipe and technique for making one of my favorite Italian dishes, porchetta. Porchetta in Italian means little pig, and traditionally it was made with suckling pig that was deboned and then roasted, either on a spit or on a rotisserie. Many times larger pigs were used as well, and also pig parts can be used. And those parts that are most commonly used are the shoulder, the loin, and the belly. Today, my recipe, I'm going to take a tenderloin and wrap the belly around that, seasoning it with things like rosemary, garlic, orange zest, onion, and fennel shavings. So join me now as I show you how I prepare this flavorful meal. Well, the first thing I like to do is take my belly and square it off. And I took my belly and cut it into thirds. Just gonna make a little smaller one than using the whole thing. So what I like to do is find one of either end, whichever you like, and then just take your knife and make gentle cuts across this. So what I'm trying to do is I wanna pull back the skin a little bit, still leaving the skin attached. And I'm only going to go a couple inches on this. What's going to happen is when I get to rolling it up, there's going to be the end where it pieces together. I want this to hopefully overlap a little bit to help, make it the crispy skin all the way around. So now that we have this, now I like to score it by taking your knife, the blade of the knife, and going in maybe about 1/8 of an inch or so. This is going to help release lots of fat and also help us to get a much crispier skin. And now we'll flip it. I like to make little ones on here as well. What happens here, when I notice when I do this, it tends to cook a little quicker, and also it cooks more evenly. Next, I like to season it. Let's season with some kosher salt. Orange zest. Now I took the orange zest and put it in a little oil to keep it from drying out. Go ahead with our rosemary. Ground black pepper. Garlic. It's about 5 cloves here. Okay. Now we'll go with our onions. These onions were shaved on a mandolin simply because I want it to be thin and more of a delicate cut so they cook up nice. And for uniformity, the mandolin makes the job so much easier. Now we'll put our shaved fennel in there. A little more salt on that. And now we have our pork tenderloin. I'm going to cut it a little bit to fit. Now we have it seasoned. We're ready to roll. To roll this, I'm going to take that little loose piece of the meat of the belly and roll that this way. I'm then going to take my other end of the belly, like so, and put it together like that. Now, to tie it. You don't have to be fancy when it comes to tying it. You just want to make sure that you get it pretty tight so it stays together. And when you're putting it in, or putting the butcher's twine around it, you're gonna wanna stay pretty close with it. We're talking maybe a ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch together. Now that we have it rolled, let us go ahead and get it on the spit. Well, now that we have it rolled, what I recommend doing is putting it into the refrigerator uncovered for around 6 hours or so. You want it to dry, the skin to dry, and what's gonna happen is that's going to make it get crispier and a lot faster and get you that nice golden, beautiful color. Well, here we are on our spit. Got everything tightened. All right, let's go ahead and put her in and we'll start our cooking. Should take probably 3 to 4 hours. We want to get an internal temperature of 160 degrees Fahrenheit. Well, here we are. Our internal temperature on the porchetta is right around 135, 140, and we're nearing completion. I do have some rapini or broccoli rabe that we're charring up and gonna serve it with our porchetta sandwiches. Throw a little bit of lemon, olive oil, and some sea salt on it. Well, here we are after it roasted on the spit, and it got a little dark for me. I actually had some issues with the wind, and gusts of wind kept moving the flame. One time closer to the, to the porchetta, and then away from it, so I had to babysit it and try to keep a constant, consistent temperature for roasting. So anyways, we have a nice crispy exterior. I recommend a serrated knife for slicing. And here we are for our inside, your belly, the onion filling with the fennel, and then our tenderloin. And slicing it, you kind of want to go maybe ½ inch thick or so. Mine, I'm actually going to be eating on a sandwich with the grilled rapini. Well, there you have porchetta. It's not difficult to make, and there are several variations you can do. I have made porchetta from lamb, where I would take the lamb breast, wrap that around a rack of lamb, just removing the bones, serve that loin there, and even in between there, I would have a braised leg of lamb that was shredded, and just having different textures and different flavor profiles of the meats, the herbs, and rolled up just the same. My blog actually has a step-by-step instruction or tutorial on how to do the lamb porchetta. Well, that's all I have for this segment. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you do, please, by all means, give us a thumbs up. And if you have not already subscribed, please do. Be up to date with our posts. Twice a week we have them. Thank you very much. Yod Vayet.